Well, that was weird. What's good, bass heads? I thought today would be a good time since I'm working on some stuff for, um, working on some groove school stuff, working on some stuff for the channel. One of the song tutorials I want to do is Used to Be My Girl by the OJs. And I thought it would be cool to take this opportunity to show you how to work with song sections in Songmaster Pro. All right. So that is what the whole focus of this live session is today. I just want to, how y'all like the new stuff, man? How you like it? How you like me now? I would dance, but that would be, listen, that would be embarrassing. So here we go. We're going to work with the song sections in Songmaster Pro. I should show it to you so you stop looking at me. Once we have the song loaded in to Songmaster, this is the area we're going to deal with today. All right. This is this overview window. We have the overview window right underneath the transport bar. And then we've got this cool view lens. I always forget what the official name of it is, but I call it the view lens. That might even be the official name. But with this overview pane, you see your entire song, right? You see all the sections. This is one of the things that makes Songmaster Pro different from other tools. This is a learning assistant. You do all the things in here. I'm not making a commercial for you, but if you don't have this already, you need to stop fooling around. Okay, so I have the song loaded in. I have the stem separated. For copyright purposes, I'm only going to play little bits of it. You notice up here at the top in this overview pane where we have B, A, B, A, things like that. We're going to do some cleanup work with that. All right. This is another point I like to make to the folks that think, oh, you know, back in the day, I used to listen to records and tapes and learn off of records and tapes. Of course, we all did. But, you know, anyway, get off my lawn. We're going to clean this up. So this is where you do deep work. This is another reason why I'm like, when people ask for an app, and I think there may be an iOS or an Android app coming, I can't make any promises. I can't tell you that definitively yet. But what I can say is that by the time you do deep work in a piece of music, you will learn that song on so many levels. You'll learn the bass line, the melody, the guitar parts, the lyrics. You'll know all of that, right? As opposed to just whatever the part is that you're trying to listen to. Okay, so this is what I know about this song. We're going to start listening. 3, 4, 5. Shoo-doo, shoo-doo. Watch YouTube try to give me a copyright claim because I'm in here singing. Ooh, good lovin'. So where are we here in the song? This is a drum pickup right here. Okay? Now with this lens, you see where it says no chord right there? We're not going to trip on that. This section that we're looking at right here is the guitar part, the guitar pickup. Let me just show you. Okay? That's that guitar part. I got to mute it. You know, copyright and all that. I should say fair use or something like that. Okay. I'm going to start the count right here. What I'm going to do is right click in the section and I'm going to add a section marker. I'm going to call that section marker intro. All right. This one here, I'm going to double click it. Let me move this over so you can see it. I'm going to double click it and I'm just going to call it guitar pickup. All right. Now, there's good reason for me doing that. And it's gonna make total sense. It's gonna make total sense here in a second. Now, I am going to type in on the screen, just so you have it, in case you want to pick this up and you don't have it on your own already. Shame on you. I'm going to put my link if you choose to get it. Doesn't cost you anything extra, but the affiliate commission does help me out. So if you recommend this software to anybody, please have them use my link. You can copy and paste it. Okay. All right. So here we go. Here's our intro guitar pickup. I'm gonna talk about the chords in another video. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, good lovin'. So, if I guessed right, I'm going to add a section marker here by right-clicking, and then I'm going to click on verse, because that's where my verse. Was I right? Did I get it in the right spot? Let me see. Fair use, YouTube. I was right. I know my classic soul, people. All right. So I got the guitar pickup. I got the intro. Again, if you're just joining, I'm going to talk about the chords later on. Okay? Because that's a whole separate thing by itself. Right? Guitar pickup, intro. Verse. Ooh, good lovin'. I'm going to mute this out. And I'm just going to, I'll even put in count it in. Lovin'. The girl got pretty good lovin'. Ask me how I know. And I'll tell you so. She used to be my girl. Okay, now check this out. I could get nitpicky and change this little part here. My girl. I used to neglect her. Oh. Just let me have my moment. Just let me have my moment. Just let me have my moment. I'm going to dance in here in a second. Ooh, good lovin'. Okay, focus. So, I'm going to clean this up now. This is verse 2. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just move this over to the side. Here's the thing about AI tools. They are tools. And if you are sitting on the fence right now and you're saying, it's the devil. I don't like AI, blah, 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 blah. Well, you're free to do that. However, it's not. What I've learned, especially in the last 365 days of going hard on using AI on various different levels for various different things, they are it's tools. It's in everything we do. And shame on you if you just let it go. For those of you just joining, like I said before, if you are doing deep work in a song, by the time you get done doing all this stuff, you're going to know the bass line, the lyrics, the blah, 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 blah. You're going to know everything about this tune. That's why I call it deep work. That's why I think that this particular software is so good in, I'm going to say it again, they may or may not be an app version coming. I cannot speak on that definitively. But this software shines on a desktop platform because that's where you're doing work. So I'm going to delete this part. And This is verse 2. I'm going to go on and call it verse 2. You see it's a different shade of green. I can change this also. I'll double click on it. And if I want, I can give it a custom color. If I like, I don't need to do that, but just for grins, let's do that. Now I've got this window open. I'm going to call it verse 2. Okay? Easy money so far, right? Let's see where we are on the verse. YouTube, fair use. When she was mine, I used to neglect her. Ah. Some of you brothers right now, you are listening to this song, you hearing this song right now, and you thinking about somebody. I know you. You thinking about it because I'm thinking about it too. Maybe not the same chick, but the song always makes me think about, you know. I really miss you, Brandy. When are you coming back home? Okay. This is verse 2. Oh, more than I could give. But as long as I live, she'd be my girl. And if I had a chance, I'd take her back. Now, and as a matter of fact, okay. Another thing right now, I'm going to tell you right now that a benefit that I had not thought about before. As you do this work, again, we are looking just at the song sections function of this software. You get a visual representation of the song form, right? And one of the things, I know that a lot of, mostly bass players that check out this channel, but one of the things that trips us up is we don't know what happens where. And if you have a verse, an A part, a B part, or whatever, it's just like Lego blocks, right? You're just building Lego blocks. And the more you do this, you start getting inside the brain of the arranger, right? Just keep that in mind. So we have a visual representation of what this song looks like right up here at the top. And just to give us something that's a little bit easier to look at, not so visually overwhelming, I'm going to close the bottom panel. So what we have is just the tracks, the stems. Okay? I'll take it back. So that's where we are right now. You know what? I need to open that again. Sorry. Because I'm going to need to go back and forth. I'll take it back. Also, if you have Songmaster Pro, you can use the arrow keys, the left and right arrow keys to zoom. Not zoom, to scroll. All right. And the up and down arrow keys to zoom in. Super easy. Another thing that I think just absolutely blows the competition out of the water is because this is this is a learning tool. Anyway, so I'm gonna call this the chorus. She used to be my girl. We're there now. Be my girl. She used to be my girl. Girl was so right for me. She be my girl. And if I had a chance, I'll take her back. Now, I may call this I'll take it back. And as a matter of fact, you tell me in the comments, you guys that are watching, tell me what would you call that section. Right now, I'm going to call D and B. I'm going to take them both out. Actually, I'm just going to take D out. All I'm doing is right-clicking, deleting. Oops, I didn't mean to delete right there. I just undo it, right? What I want to do is take out B. So I'm going to take that out, and then it stretches to D. It stretches that whole section. Now, I'm going to call this, just double click on it. I'm going to call it the chorus. I know how to spell chorus like that. There we go. I'm just going to Command S and save right quick because that's, always be saving. Okay? So we have a guitar pickup, intro, verse 1, verse 2, chorus. As a matter of fact, I'm going to call all this chorus. No. You know what's interesting? No, we're going to call, that's a verse. So we'll YouTube, fair use. We're going to call this verse 3. That's what we're going to call that. She used to be my girl. YouTube, fair use. She used to be my girl. She used to be my girl. She'd be my girl. As a matter of fact, I'll take her back. You gonna take this out? So here we're verse 3. Oops. Want to unmute that. Not only good looking. Not only good looking. I'm going to say that verse 3 says looking and not only. That is the pickup. I'm going to say that that's the pickup to verse 3. That's what I'm going to say right now. Okay? We good so far? We're good. Again, why do this kind of work? Up at this song overview, we get just what the name suggests, an overview of that song. We can look right up here at the top and see these sections. By the time you get done doing all this work, you know the song. You know every part of the song, not just the bass line, not just the lyrics, not just the, whatever the part it is you want to learn. You learn the entire song. And I'll tell you so. I'm going to take this out because I'm going to call that all the same thing. No. And I'll tell you so. She used to. She used to be my girl. Personality. It's so right for me. She'd be my girl. And as a matter of fact, I'll take her back. I'm gonna still call all of that a chorus. For right now, if I wanted to name that section, I'll take her back. If I wanted to name it that, I could name it that. No problem, right? I ain't worried about that right now. I'm just gonna call it the chorus. So again, just right click it and rename it. Okay? Y'all see the sign? Gotta have fun with this stuff, man. She be my girl. I'm gonna call all that the same thing. What do we have here? We're gonna call that the hook. Deep down inside, I still love her. And today, ooh, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna call this the shoe doops. So what if I want to call it the shoe doops? That's what I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it the shoe doop. Shoot-oop. That's what I'm going to call this section right now. Now, what? Really going to call it shoot-oop. The shoot-oops. Look at this, and I like songs. I like songs. But I also like getting into the architecture of songs, if you will. This does not have the same formulaic formula, the same cookie cutter form as a pop tune. Look at how these parts are, shoot oops. What do we call that? Not like a pop song of today, intro, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. You know what I mean? Not predictable like that. So and I'll tell you so. I'm gonna go on and call this a chorus. So again, look at this. Your other tools, while good, okay? Other AI stem separation tools, while good, okay? Stem separation at this point is the cost of admission, right? Almost everything does that. So that's not really, that's not really the thing. Almost everything should be able to do that. You have phone apps and stuff that do that. But this kind of granular control that I have over this app right now, I'm just pressing the up and down arrows. I can zoom real quick to get to sections of the song that I want to work on, right? So now I'm right here. I'm past the shoot oops, what I've called the shoot oops. So, used to be my girl. She used to be. So, I don't want none of you brothers out there crying. I don't want you crying, okay? Because I know somebody right now, you thinking about that old girl that can't beat her cooking. Oh, she wanted more than I could give. As long as I live. Boy, listen, them is some lyrics. Man, they don't write songs like that no more. They don't write songs like that anymore because that's somebody's oops. Okay. Look at what I just did being silly with y'all. I just accidentally undid all that work that I did. I erased everything. But guess what? Command. What a minute. Command Z. There it is. Scared myself. I accidentally deleted everything. I didn't want to do that. So I'm going to delete this part. Oops, not that part. I'm going to delete this part. And then. Oh, used to be my girl. She used to be. I wouldn't lie. I'm going to call all this outro. Because that's really what it is. So I'm going to delete this and delete this. But I'm going to show you, before I wrap up, I'm going to show you why that could be problematic. Depending on what kind of song you were working on. Maybe not this one, because it's such a heavy groove that is on those two chords, right? So again, double click on this. I'm going to call this outro. Alternately, if I wanted to add a section and call it outro or whatever, I would just right click. I'm on a Mac, whatever, right click equivalent is on PC. But for Mac, I just, two fingers, not peace two fingers, but this two fingers, and add the section marker like this, okay? Now, you ready for some magic? Check this out. When I go to Sheets, now I have a chart. I do not want you to get trippy over the chords right now because that's going to be a different video. Got me? That's a different video. We're doing that in a different video. We'll talk about the chords. How do you guys like the sign? Huh? How you like the sign? It ain't rocket science, it's pocket science. Look, I would have got the whole thing. It ain't rocket science, it's pocket science on the thing, but it was gonna cost me too much money, and I think it was gonna be a little too much. But I really like it, so I guess that's all that matters, right? Yeah. Okay, so now we have a chart. Okay, but I would still maybe truncate some parts, clean this up, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You see that 8-bar intro? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-bar verse. Why is that important? Why is that important? Now, I come from a world, some of you guys know, I've played more theater than I could, I miss that life. But in that world, especially, you got to have a system down for how you follow your music. Page turns and things like that. When the iPad came in on the scene and I had the little foot switch, oh my goodness, game changer. But here's the thing. I like the symmetry for something like this. Okay. I like you shouldn't be reading a chart for Used to Be My Girl. There's not that much to this song to justify you having to read a chart. But when you practice, when you get in there and practice like this, right? Like I said before, if you're doing deep work, you're going to know the bass line. You're going to know the lyrics. You're going to know the guitar part. You're going to know you're going to know all of that. And I think as bass players, it's important you're going to know the chords. It's important for all of us. I mean, it's important for us bass players particularly to know, all of it, right? The keyboard player is not always the smartest person in the room. I know that they think they are. Keyboard player watching, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you, keyboard player. Sorry. Sorry. Not sorry. Anyway, so you got to have fun with this stuff, man. It ain't, like I said before, it ain't rocket science. It's what? Say it with me, people. Pocket science. It ain't rocket science. It's pocket science. Here we go. What we have done so far is work with the sections using G Love says never said I was. See, the keyboard players. So we use the overview pane up here at the top, right? We use the overview window and the view lens to scroll through sections. Now I can grab these handles. and do that. Alternately, I can use the up and down. What did I do here? I can use the left and right keys to zoom. Scroll. And the up and down arrow keys to zoom. Okay? So if you have Songmaster Pro or Songmaster, best thing cooking. Right? I'm going to say one last time, I cannot confirm nor deny that an app is on the way. I can't even put that in the atmosphere. I know a lot of people like apps. It has never bothered me that this isn't an app. Why? Because I don't do deep work on my phone or an iPad. When I'm doing deep work, I'm doing it on my computer, learning music on my computer, taking detailed notes and things of that nature. But that's how you edit the song sections in Songmaster Pro. All right. So I'm going to leave this up. I hope that may it be a blessing. G Love says, and for the record, I'm an ex-keyboard player. I'm officially an aspiring bassist. Come on over to the dark side. All right, this was fun. I am going to be doing more tutorials on this software. You know I ain't selling it to you because I use it all the time. There's songs that I have, bass lines that I've wanted to learn for, a long time. And I'm like, oh, Let me put that in there and get that. It's a beautiful thing. Okay? Y'all know how to find me if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. Do I have anything else I want to add to this? No. If you haven't picked up Songmaster Pro, I'll put the link for you right there once again so you can check it out. Another thing is it's a one-time payment. It's not a subscription. It's one time, you buy it one time, you own it. If you buy Songmaster, and I've always had Songmaster Pro, so I'm not entirely sure what the differences is between like the base model, and I'll have to check that out. But that's all I have to say about that. Friends, it ain't rocket science. It's pocket science. I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. As always, peace. 2 fingers. I'm going to catch y'all. Peace.